Good morning. Good morning. How's it going, you guys? Anybody in here? Hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello, hello? Mic check, 1, 2, 3. We'll see if my sound effects work today. Invite more friends. What's up, y'all? Good morning. I don't know if today we'll have sound effects or not. We will see. And thanks for the likes. Thanks for the likes. Having a quick breakfast. All right. What are you guys up to? What's today? Thursday? Jesus. Thursday. How's you guys' work week been? My work week has been pretty productive, actually. Pretty productive. Made a lot of content for my job, Posted a bunch of stuff. Launched some new ads yesterday. Pretty cool. I got some more stuff to edit today for my actual job. But I'm thinking about some other things for my actual like live streams and my own like YouTube channel and stuff, like going live these past couple of weeks. You know, I skipped last night because I was exhausted. I just took a break. Didn't really do anything, just kind of rotted in my bed. Went to bed at like 8. It's nice sometimes to just like lay in bed and fall asleep, you know? Woke up this morning like crazy early. Comment over from TikTok. What's up, TikTok? How are you? I don't have sound effects today for some reason. I need a wide lens option for the Canon RF. Oh, sick, bro. What camera do you have? What camera do you have right now? My all-time favorite lens. If you need a super wide broski, I would recommend this guy right here. This is for crop sensor. So do you have a crop sensor camera or do you have full frame? If you have full frame, you can go for this guy, the 16. Really nice and really cheap too. I'm using the Canon EOS. Yeah, you should get this 16mm. Have you checked this one out? What up, YouTube? Good morning, good morning. I don't have sound effects today, guys, unfortunately. Not sure why, it's just not connecting. Let me see, Control Alt Delete. I already have that up. Let me disable these and task, and then let me restart them. And then voice mod as well. let's see. I'm using a Canon RP, Canon R or 5D4, bro. I'd probably do the 5D4. What about the 24? I love the 24. I have that lens as well. I guess, to be fair, you know, to agree with you a little bit, the 24 is right at the beginning of the wide angle. But when I think of wide angle, I typically think of under 24. I own this lens as well. I use it a lot. The 24 is definitely nice. But when I think of wide and like just naturally, I just immediately go to like super wide. So that's why I was saying the 16. But the 24 is nice. And this one actually has a lot more features than the 16. This one has macro capabilities. It's an f1 point. This is a great lens on a full frame for sure. 100%. I have a Sony FX30 and I need a cheap lens for vlogging and travel content. What kind of lenses do you like, bro? And what does cheap mean? Give me your Canon R8 now. No, I'm using it as a desk toy. I'm using it as a paperweight. I need it. What's gonna hold down my papers on my desk when it's windy? Huh? Chester, what up, Chester? How are you? I don't know if we have sound effects today, guys, unfortunately. Oh, there they are. They came back, so I needed to restart my Stream Deck and restart voice mod. Let's see. Do we got it? There it is. I think you guys can hear that, right? Doing good, Chester. Doing good, broski. Doing good. How about you, man? How's your week going? Are you working on any projects right now? Alicia, I want to start filming some of my trips and adventures. What camera should I use just starting out? Alicia, what camera are you currently thinking about? That's a great reason to start getting into photography or videography. So very, very cool. What is your first gear, like first ever? My first camera that I ever bought was the M50. If it's really windy, you need at least 600 millimeters. Okay. I already own the 24-105 STM and the 50 STM. Yeah, 24-105 STM is buns. But if you like the 24 millimeter, then why do you want another? Well, this will be this will be like a prime lens, you know? And the 24 prime is very nice. So with all these cameras, what jobs do you actually do? I'm a full-time content creator. Like, that's my job. That's my 9 to 5. Like, I work full-time as a content creator. That's how I pay my bills. That's why I have all these cameras. Yeah, I'm birdied in editing at the... Oh, sick, dude. Any kind of cool project you're willing to share deets on? Some details? Your stuff is pretty cool, man. You get access to what you show on your YouTube channel and your on your YouTube channel. It seems like a very adventurous life, broski. I have no idea. I've never owned one. Well, Alicia, the reason why I ask is because if you've never had a camera, like buying a camera, interchangeable lens camera, if you've never used one, can be a little overwhelming, especially if you don't know what you're doing. And sometimes for people that have never used a camera before, it's not impossible or anything like that, but it can be frustrating. I always recommend people that have never really used cameras before, just get the Pocket 3. Or like an action camera, you know, something small that you can throw in your bag that you can just use, that doesn't require a lot of, what's it called? You just set it up and you just record, you know? I have all these action cameras here. The one that I recommend that I really like for people that are vlogging and just want to, like, you know, something really easy to use, this thing right here. I bought mine 2 years ago. Like, this is, for me, is like the perfect, like, for like lifestyle girlies, gym bros that just want to vlog their everyday life. This is a great camera. And if you want something a little bit more robust, like something that you don't really need to worry about getting damaged, get an action camera like the Action 6 or something along these lines, like the net. I don't like the Nano too much. The Insta360 Ultra, I think is what it's called. That one's really nice, you know. Stu, what up, Stu? How are you, man? It's too big for making content. Yeah, so the 24, I have the 24 here somewhere. Yeah, I used the 24. I was just messing around with it the other day. And this is the 24 right here. I have it here. Actually, this is the R8. So this is pretty much what it looks like. You know, nothing too crazy. I gotta take this off. Whoops. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got a filter thread stuck on there. But this is the R8, which is pretty much the same size as your RP. So this is the lens right here. You know. It's significantly smaller. 24 is perfect, dude. I like the 24 a lot. Yeah, it's very cool. What's the best camera for sports photography? What are you looking at right now? Rooks. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. The moment I have to edit a docu style. Ooh, sick, dude. 10-15 minute long form for the 500-kilometer race finished. Sick, dude. That sounds like a dream life of mine. Traveling the world, documenting cool things that people do, you know? Really cool. I'm good, man. Oh, nice, dude. Stu, what do you do, bro? What do you do full time, if you don't mind me asking? Getting the housework done and chilling. Nice. Nothing planned is good, broski. Nothing good is planned. I was saying before the stream started that I had a good week at work. This week got a lot of I made a bunch of ads. So I edited a bunch of ads and then I launched them yesterday for my full-time job. And I'll have to check on them to see, because launching ads on Meta is still I've done it for the past year. It's kind of nerve-wracking sometimes because it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's not my money, you know, so I'm always like super careful, making sure that the attributions are all like, you know, everything's properly aligned, making sure that everything links back to everything and like everything kind of works. I also found a new camera today. I'd love to see your reaction. It's the Sony RX. The RX. I don't know that camera. Actually, thank you for the heart, me. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Valerie Visions. Thank you. Thank you. RX 100 or the RX 1000. I don't know. I think I saw that camera the other day. You bought it already? It's the 2, the RX 100 2. I saw that this camera was like super popular, dude. The newest one, at least, the Cybershot. Is it this one? These are kind of cool, man. The latest one that they have was like, isn't it like super expensive? The RX like 4 or 5, or are they? What are they on? They're like on the 7, aren't they? I don't even know I don't know this line too much. Yeah, they're on the 7. It's expensive, bro. That's expensive for a point and shoot, bro. That's crazy to me. Yeah, that is wild. Incredible camera for the price point. Best lens for food photography. I would like, for food photography, I would definitely choose like a macro lens. A macro 35 or a macro 85. Definitely a 35 if you can find one. ¿Qué cámara usas ahora mismo? Right now I'm using a Canon R10 R10. Para TikTok estoy usando R10. Para YouTube estoy usando R50. I work at an Amazon FC warehouses. Got it. Yeah, man, you got to get a day off, bro. Rest your back a little bit, you know. What's your opinion on buying a used camera and where should I look? Wes, if you're in the United States, if you are in the US, I can only recommend for US, but I look at mpb.com. I also look at keh.com and Adorama. Also, B&H has some used stuff. But when it comes to used stuff, Wes, I only advise people to go to reputable resellers. Only buy private if you know the person. No, just think it's really cool. RX0? I don't know that camera, dude. Let me see. I thought at first you might have typoed it. Oh. What the hell is this, dude? What is this thing? What do you use this for? I thought you had a typo. What is this? Is it like Sony's attempt at an action camera? Wow, this is weird, dude. You bought this already? Why? What do you use? I guess you'll see what I'm on. It's very cool, dude. Who made this and why? Like, what's the purpose of this thing? And when did they make it? And why did they make it? RX100, RX0. Interesting. Let's see what it has. APS-C sensor. Okay. It looks like Sony was just fucking around. Mm-hmm. This reminds me of like a prototype, you know, that Sony like sends out to the world to get consumer feedback. And they have like no intention of ever doing anything other than just getting feedback from it, so that they can use what they learn and users' experiences and add it to like other models. I love when brands do shit like this, though. I'm not gonna lie. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember Sony had those mini CD players? They were like CDs, but they were in cartridges. What mini disc? Sony mini disc players. You guys remember those? Sony mini disc. Yeah, mini disc. These guys right here. Do you guys remember these? My dad was like obsessed with these, and he had like a bunch of them. And like they were supposed to be like the new CD or whatever. Yeah, I remember my dad had these. Hold on, let me open up the door for my my cat. She's like scratches at the door when she hears me in here. Oh, this one is different. Yeah. It looks like it looks pretty cool. You said you bought it already, Chester? Yeah, and it was adaptive modification for the front because C-mount lenses. Didn't buy it. I just think it's kind of cool. How much was it? How much is it used? If you can find a used one, it'd be worth picking it up, you know, for no reason other than just to like have something that's like kind of cool. What is it called? I already forgot what it was called. RX0. RX0. It's crazy expensive. Like, I don't know who the hell would buy this. Yeah, look at the prices on these things, dude. 1,000, 1,300. Yeah. And then they make it outrageously expensive. You can buy one for 500 bucks. 500 bucks. Interesting. Very cool. Let's see. Sensor and the Action 6 has a variable aperture. Yeah, I'd probably pick the Action 6 for sure. Big Joey, thank you for the follow, Big Joey. Bro, your content is fire. R8 plus R50V combo here. Nice. That's a sick combo, dude. What do you use your cameras for, man? I remember them kind of like the original PSP had. Yeah, exactly. They were like music things, but anyways, like there are some companies like Sony and Samsung that just put shit out into the world that they're like, hey, let's get this out of the lab and get this in people's hands, and then we'll just like Frankenstein the best bits out of it and add it to like other like higher end products and stuff. Wasn't alive for the mini disc, unfortunately. Just 20 here. Got it. Yeah, the mini disc. Yeah, that was the early 2000s for sure. Hi there, I like to take pictures of stars. What camera do you recommend? I recommend a wide lens. Surin. What do you currently have? Jacob, what up, Jacob? I have a Canon R10 for photo, both for a photo booth. Cool. But I do not know which lens to buy. Do I need to buy 18 to 105? If it's for a photo booth, probably the 18 to 45 for sure. You don't need the 18 to 150. Because the photo booth, how far away are you? How far is the person, you know? They're in like a confined space, aren't they? Do you think XLR to USB is good for a camera mic? What do you mean, Anthony? I don't know any camera. Which camera can connect to the mic via the USB? I've never connected a mic to a camera via USB. If you're not going to be color grading much, then get the 5 Pro and save money. I would still recommend the 6 for the larger sensor. I hear many opinions that Sony is better than Canon, or Canon is better in your opinion. In my opinion, Canon is number 1. Ed Dinaman official, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I just use my phone right now, but I'm thinking about getting a professional camera for it and other stuff. Yeah, so what you need is the camera. I mean, what camera are you looking at right now, Surin? You'd like to have something with an interchangeable lens. That way that you can like change the type of photos you take, you know? So the camera itself is like, get the best that you can afford for the camera and then try to get a super wide lens. That's what most people do that do. We were looking at an account yesterday that does astrophotography. Was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. And we were checking out his stuff and all of his shots were like super wide. So that's what I kind of recommend. No, it wasn't that one. Do you guys remember what it was? Douglas something, right? Yeah, it was this guy. We were looking at this guy yesterday. New Zealand photographer. And this guy does like astro stuff, astrophotography, where he takes pictures of like the Milky Way and shit. Negative View Photo, what up, buddy? You going to Philly Crate this weekend? I am not. I'm looking to start sports photography. What would be an affordable starter camera? What are you looking at right now, Wes? Can I get an A7 IV for photography? Yes, you can. This stream looks so clean. What are you shooting with? Thank you. This is appreciate that. Who said that? King of Grooves. This is a Canon R10 with a Canon R10 with a 23mm, and then on YouTube I have a R50. I'm looking at an R6 Mark III, but too expensive. What's a camera that professionals use that's cheaper? R6 Mark II. Is the Pentax Sportmatic 2 good? I have no idea, Sheesh. I have no idea what that camera is. Pentax Sportmatic. I've never heard of it. Is it a point and shoot? Let's check it out. Oh, it's an old camera. It's like a film camera. Is it a good camera? It's a film camera. I don't know. It's $100. Best cheap 10mm lens for the Sony ZV-E10. I don't know. There's like a Viltrox 9mm that's like $200. That one's like super cheap. Hey Zat. Hey, I'm a beginner in photography and videographer. Do you think Sony 64 is better for beginner? The 64 is nice. You can get started with that for sure. I have a Sony ZV-E1, nice, with a 1.4 24mm. Any other accessories you'll recommend? Not really. Not really. Get out there and start shooting. Any thoughts on if we'll be seeing the Canon R7 Mark II? Yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see what the R7 is actually gonna have in store. I'm hoping, you know, none of the rumors say this right now, but I'm hoping that they added more like video features to it to like compete with like an FX30. But we'll see. I think it'll be primarily a photo camera, but I would be pleasantly and welcomingly surprised if they did more video features on it. Wes, I was looking at the Canon R50. R50 is nice, dude. I like the R50 a lot. I use it every day. Who is that? Oluwaju Wanlo. You gotta stop spamming, bro. If you keep spamming, I'm gonna block you. How many meters in real life distance can a 28 to 70 full frame lens effectively zoom or capture? I don't know, Renzo. You should ask ChatGPT that, broski. I actually don't know shit about meters anyways. I have a Canon R50, want to go into wildlife photography, but need to go budget wildlife photography lens. What's your budget? What is your budget and what lenses are you looking at? There's not much for the RF mount that is like I recommend. The 75 to 300, that shit sucks. The 100 to 400, that shit's also buns. But if I had to pick one, I'd probably pick the 75 to 300, I think. And I'm saying that like cringing, you know. I love my Canon R7. Looking forward to seeing the upgrades. Yeah, I like my R7, truthfully. The R7 that I have is one of my least used cameras, but that's just because I don't do the kind of photography for the R7. It just kind of sits. I am thinking about going out to some soccer fields. I have a friend who has a son that plays in like a competitive soccer league. He's a boy, he's a child. He's maybe like 14, 15 years old. But I'm thinking about going out to like a soccer field and taking the R7 with like a 70 to 200 and just putting it to the test, you know, especially since the R7 Mark II is coming out soon. I have a Canon EOS 15, I think. Do you think I should level up my camera, or is it still good? If you're happy with it, T-Paul, just keep using it, man. REI, what's better that can give me good video and photos, ZV-10 or 6400? Probably the ZV-E10 II, not the ZV-E10. The ZV-E10 has 8-bit video. 6400 is better than the ZV-E10 though. I'd be looking at the ZV-E10 if you're looking at a 6400 though. Did you know you can get macro by just turning the lens around? I did know that, but I've never done that. My budget is around 500. Which camera should I buy for filmmaking? For 500 bucks, I probably wouldn't buy anything. I would probably at the very least be looking at $600, $700 and getting something like this. The Canon R50V. If for 500 bucks, I would just save my money. GH5, the Lumix, really? I don't know, man. Do you get a lens for $500? Let me see. Let's see a GH5. Let's see what that's all about. GH5. Let's see. GH5. That's the GH5 2. This one? I don't know, dude. Like something like this, I don't know. Pro photo video camera built on next generation mirrorless. The Micro Four Thirds like just kind of gets me a little bit. With high performance 20 megapixels digital. It's just so old, dude. Type C, JPEG, Micro Four Thirds. LCD 2017. Jesus Christ, dude. I don't know, bro. Like, would you really want this camera over an R50V? You know what I mean? It's a classic. Yeah, right. Yeah. It's a classic. Any thoughts? Oh, the Fuji people. A lot of people have been asking me about the XH2s. I think they're thumbs up, bro. The Fujifilms, those are nice. Someone suggested Canon 100 or 400, which is kind of a bit over my budget, but I saw some reviews. Please let me know what you think. I don't like that lens at all. I'd rather, if that's where your budget is, dude, I would look at the 75 to 300, but just understand that those lenses are awful. If you really want to expand your the lenses that you're looking at, what you need to do is you need to buy a EF to RF adapter. You need to buy a EF to RF Canon adapter. So you need to buy this. And then when you buy this, you have access to EF glass. And now you have a lot more options that you could kind of like go through and kind of pick out a better option for yourself. How bad is it and what camera should I upgrade? I don't have a lot of money. I think you should just use your 1000D, man. Do you consider the ZVE-10 II for photography? I consider that more of a video camera. It still takes photos though. It just doesn't have a viewfinder. What camera are you using? Right now I'm using a Canon R50 for YouTube and a Canon R10 for TikTok. YouTube is coming alive. What up, YouTube? What's going on over there? I did have a poll over on YouTube. If you guys are in the YouTube space, feel free to jump into the poll. The question that I asked today was, what kind of photography do you do? 33% of you guys say landscape, 22% of you guys say sports, 11% say street photos, and 33% say portrait. Not a bad mix. Not a bad mix. Thank you for the follow, Igris. Appreciate that. Thoughts on using a Canon FD lenses? I've never done that. That sounds cool though. Do they sell a mount for that? Probably EF, right? Appreciate that. Janin, yo. Janin or Jani, ooh. Just follow. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Thoughts about the D5300, sir? I don't really have much, many opinions on the D series. If that's what you have and that's what you're working with, I say use the camera that you have, even if it's a cell phone. So what would you suggest for wildlife in the EF lens? I would look at your budget, bro. I would look at your budget because you haven't defined it yet. Like, what is it? And then I'd be looking at longer lenses in the EF mount. That's the first step that I do. Harsh Katri. Like, what is your actual budget? Do you have $500? Do you have $600? And then I would work backwards from that, you know? SP98. I use a Mikey EF to RF with the drop filters for my... Nice. Do you like the drop-in filters? Probably saves you a lot of time, right? Yeah, very cool, dude. Very, very cool. ES, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Has anybody in the chat adapted FD lenses, old school lenses on digital cameras? You mean the Canon EOS R50 or that not the same? What camera are you using right now? No, I'm using two cameras. So I'm using a Canon R50 up here. This is going out to YouTube. And then this camera right here, this is a Canon R10 with a different lens. This is my setup right here, guys, actually. I'll show you. I have this kind of drawn up for you guys. I wish there was a shortcut to zoom. That'd be helpful. So I'm using a Canon R50 for YouTube world, and then I'm using a Canon R10 for TikTok, and I have this camera. Actually, I have this camera set up vertically like this. Or this the other direction, I'm sorry. It's more like this. And then I'm using a R50V for this top-down shot right here. This is an R8. This camera is an R8, but the camera that I'm using right here is an R50V for top-down shots and stuff. Let's say my budget is around 500 to 600. Yeah, so give me some lens options that you're looking at that are in your budget for the EF mount, Harsh. Harsh Khatri. I like the quality of your TikTok live. Appreciate it. What are your thoughts on the Kodak Pix Pro? Dro, I don't really look at point and shoots too much. The only one that I like is from I like the Ricos. I like the Canon Power Shots and the Sony Cyber Shots. I like those ones. But I don't really like anything from Kodak too much. What are your thoughts about the Canon EOS R5C being used for photography? I think it's a 45 megapixel sensor. It's like the R5. What lens are you using? For TikTok, I'm using a 23 millimeter Sigma lens. I'm using this lens right here. One of my all-time favorite lenses right now. 23 millimeter, this guy right here. The 23 millimeter, not just this lens, but the 23 millimeter focal length on a crop sensor is becoming one of my all-time favorite focal lengths. I've used an FD24 on my Fuji. Oh, sick, dude. And it's quite nice. Yeah, those old lenses. I have some old FD lenses for my Canon AE1. And they're pretty cool. I've never thought about adapting them because I have no idea what that entails. But what about a camera for YouTube that works with PC and mic? The R50V, broski. The R50V. Forever in all of 2026, I'm going to be recommending this camera here for content creation and streaming. This is the camera. What Kodak is overhyped right now, but the quality is not giving. I don't really like Kodak cameras, like point and shoots and stuff. Sigma or Canon native lens. If you can afford Canon native lens, you should go for Canon, but Sigma does make some really nice RF glass that's crop sensor. Is that good for portrait? Well, you're looking at me right now on it. I think it would be a little wide for portrait. I'd probably be at like a different lens for portrait. If I wanted to be doing portraits, I would probably be doing something like the 30 or the 56. These two right here. The 56 would be ideal for portrait. But then you wouldn't get this look. It'd be like super punched in. Max, thank you for the follow, Max. Appreciate it. What do you think about the Lumix S52X? Fucking right, dude. Yeah, that camera is great, dude. It's a beast. The new Lumixes, dude, are really, really impressive. Really impressive. Does the R50V do? I don't think it does. Somebody was asking me that the other day. I don't think that it does, bro. Let's see, Canon USA. I don't think that it does, but let's find out together. Because I think the reason why the R10 exists is because the R50V does shoot 10-bit though. So if you're looking for a cheaper body that shoots 10-bit, the R50V does shoot 10-bit. Image recording system. Yeah, I don't think that it does. I don't think that it does. Because that's why the other ones exist. Normal movies. This does say 10-bit though. Oh, this is an HDR PQ. It does shoot 10-bit in HDR PQ. H.265. I don't know. I've never really used HDR PQ. I'd have to look at I'd have to test it. But the R50V does shoot in 10-bit non-HDR PQ. Again, I don't really experiment with that shit too much. Max, thank you for the follow. Would you recommend the Fujifilm X Pro 3? I don't even know what that is. Gerald, good morning. I am thinking to buy a Canon R6 Mark II for my replacement of my 60 and 70D. Yes. Yes, Patrice. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, if you already have Canon glass, dude, sticking with the Canon brand and then getting an adapter is like a no-brainer. Yeah, that's just like bonus, you know? Yeah, you'll need to get something like this. The Canon EF to RF adapter. And then you can use your old EF glass on your new Canon. And you just have like one of the best camera bodies ever made. Do you shoot on APS-C or full frame? And what's your take on full frame? I shoot on both. Right now I'm shooting in APS-C. These two cameras right here are APS-C sensors. And my take on them is, if you have them paired with good lenses and you know what you're shooting ahead of time and you light the scene properly, APS-C is great. So is the ZVE10 overkill to the R50V? No, the ZVE10 II is great. But the R50V is like 90 to 95% of what the ZVE10 II, in my opinion. The ZVE10 II is a better camera though. But it's also $1,200, guys. I bought that camera last December. I bought it for my birthday. And right now, this motherfucker retails for $1,200, dude. So here's the thing. All right? So this camera, we're looking at both these cameras, this camera right here, look, purchased. I didn't buy it for my birthday. I bought it for my Christmas present, December 18th. This camera right here is $1,200, body only. Okay? This camera right here is $600. I have two of these cameras. This camera is half the price. The problem is that the ZVE10 II is a spectacular camera, but it's up to you to decide whether it's worth twice the amount of money. In my opinion, for the normie and for the common man, it's not worth it. But the ZVE10 II is a better camera. Is it double the price better? I wouldn't say so. I definitely wouldn't say so. Does anybody here disagree or agree with that? Like, do any of you guys also own the two cameras? Because I have them not literally in my hands. I do own both of them. I don't know where my Sony is. So here is my Sony camera. This is the ZVE-10-2 right here. ZVE-10-2, like right here. I got it right in front of my hand, right in my hand. And then here is the R50. I'm sorry, the R50V. Paired with a ridiculous fucking lens right now, but you get my point. We'll put the 10-18. And like, I'm hard pressed to say that this ZVE-10-2 is twice a better camera, right? Like, that's where the value really comes in. Like this right here, this camera body only is $600, and this one is $1,200 fucking dollars, bro. I have too many cameras on my desk right now. Good problem to have. Good problem to have. Let's see. For photos, my Canon 60 is good enough, but I want to start video production. Yeah, the R6 Mark II will be good for you, bro. Yes, bro, very handy to have drop-in filters, but have been slowly upgrading to RF lenses, so I lost that feature. Do they not sell one for RF glass? It is nice though. It is cool. I have a 67. Should I upgrade to the A7 IV for videos? If you want to. If you want to. What don't you like about the videos on the 6700? I'm getting it for a very good price around. Oh yeah, you should definitely buy that for sure. For $1,200 USD? Hell yeah, dude. Is it? Make sure it's not a scam. Make sure you don't get stabbed. Got another intriguing little rig for you to see for the video, guys. It's called the Lumix Beat. Let me check that out. Lumix has to make like outstanding stuff to like stand out, man. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? Like Lumix is just trying their best. Who the hell would buy this, dude? Let's see. Used. Is this it? Look at this monstrosity, dude. No thanks. $3,500. The thing is, bro, with this camera, you have to buy like an extra $4 grand worth of shit to make it work. You know what I mean? Does it have an interface at all? No, it doesn't have shit, dude. It just has mounting holes on it. Yeah, so you need like an extra $2,000 worth of stuff to make this thing work. Should I buy a Nikon Z52? Yeah, you should. Director Samir, thank you for the follow. My understanding is the E lenses are generally cheaper, so long term. Yeah, that is true. What was your first camera? My first camera was the M50. Nicole, is a 50mm lens okay for a beginner? 50mm on a crop sensor is a little tight. 50mm on a full frame sensor is just right. Just right. It is a little hilarious, but the thing with these cameras, these box style cameras, or these format cameras, where I don't even know what these are called. They need like an extra $2-3 grand of accessories for them just to even work. You know what I mean? They are neat though, because literally all that they are is like a sensor and like you know, electronics. Alicia, good camera for clear videos under 1,000. R50V, Alicia. R50V. This camera right here. And then you get yourself a nice little lens and you should be under $1,000. Okay, so I saw a Sigma. Is it the EF? Make sure that you account harsh. Make sure that you account for the price of the converter. So the converter is like $200, right? So make sure that you add that into your budget, because this isn't gonna go. This lens, bro. This $695, probably this one. Yeah, if you get the E, you got to get the EF mount. So make sure you get the EF. It's important that you do, because you're going to mess everything up if you just won't be able to attach your lens, you know. Does anybody in the chat own this lens? Hey, YouTube is popping off today. What up, YouTube? Welcome in. Welcome in. If you guys are hanging out and haven't participated in the poll on the YouTube channel, please consider doing so. If you're brand new here, all we're doing is just talking about camera gear. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. If you have any camera questions, let me know what camera you're thinking about buying, what your budget is, and also what you plan on using the camera for, whether it's for photography, video, making branded content for yourself, streaming, making YouTube videos. Let's see. They remind me of Hasselblad's old modular. Yeah, exactly right. Fleur, is the EOS R100 good? The EOS R100 is not good, Fleur. Nobody should buy the R100. Please don't do it. R100 is buns, boys and girls. Do you experience with the Canon R6 Mu, or did you test the camera? I owned the R6 I, the R6 Mark II, and I currently own the R6 Mark III. I traded and sold my R6 I and my R6 II for the, what did I trade it for? The C50, which is right here actually. But yeah, I was using the R6 Mark III the other day. I was making a YouTube video. So this is the R6 Mark III, and I just hooked up a monitor to it. But yeah, I was using this with the 45mm lens, and I got some pretty decent footage. You guys want to see the background, the footage of it? I'll show it to you on the back of the camera. I haven't exported it yet. But here, I'll show you real quick. Because I think the angle came out nice. Let's see. Oh, my battery's about to die on this. Hold on. Let's see. Is it this one? Yeah. So I was shooting in log, and like I recorded my YouTube video in log. Right here I'm in open gate, so that's why it looks all gray and shit. So I'm gonna get a chance to practice some color grading whenever I export this video. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I was using a 45mm. Pretty cool. I'm excited to edit that video. Let's see. Do you run a fan for the R50V to record long sessions, or no overheat issues? It depends on your environment, but I've never really ran into overheating issues. When I do run long periods of recording sessions for the R50V, I usually have it hooked up to a D-tap, and I have a monitor. HF Photography, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. I'm new here. What can you all do with the EOS R100? You can take pictures and 1080p video. Do you think I should buy the Canon EOS RP for wildlife photography? If you want to. The RP is a little bit older now, but how much are you looking to buy it for? I would buy the RP for like 600 bucks max. Haha, oh my god, why? Shub over from YouTube. I'm a beginner photographer and I want to take portrait photographs and cinematic videos sometimes. Which lens should I pair with my Nikon Z50 within a budget of 350 USD? Ooh, I don't know. For 350 USD is kind of low. I would just stick with the kit lens for a little while until you have some more cash. You just need a little bit more, like $500, and then check out the Sigma lenses. If you check out the Sigma lenses, those are around 500, 600 bucks. Is the Canon R50 a good upgrade from the Canon 400D? I don't know about the 400D. I don't know. The R50 is nice though. I like the R50. What kind of lens do you recommend for the EOS R50? Alicia, you want to do like vlogging and stuff, don't you? I recommend for vlogging. Actually, I made the perfect vlogging kit with the R50V. I made a little video. It's the 10-18. With this lens, you're going to be a little bit over your budget of $1,000, but I think it's totally worth it. This one right here. You're going to be just a smidge over your budget. Just a little bit. But I think if you want to do vlogging and you want to have like a zoom lens, this is it right here. 10-18 f2.8. If you want something a little bit like a prime lens, again, for a newbie, prime lenses are, I always see that newbies always want to go for zoom lenses, and like that's okay, but they have a tougher time. This lens right here, if you want to go with a prime, an f1.4, this one's really nice, but you won't be able to zoom with it. Chester, planning on buying the Freely system wave this year if my budget allows, going into crippling debt. Yeah, I don't recommend going into crippling debt for cameras, guys. Unless you can afford it and you know how to budget, I don't recommend people go into debt to buy cameras. Chase, do you have any experience buying from Canon refurbished? No, but I would buy from Canon refurbished. I surely would. Patrice, but do you recommend the Mark II? I think I already answered that, Patrice. I said, yeah, you should buy that camera. The R6 Mark II. Hell yeah, dude. The R6 Mark II, bro, is like a dream camera to a lot of people. And that's for good reason, dude. I recommend it. RP versus Sony A7 IV. A7 III. Definitely the A7 III, I think. For sure. 484 on MPB. What is that in euros? Is that euros or pounds? What is that in pounds? Or in USD, I should say. £484. Woo! It's a little pricey, dude. It's a little pricey for an RP. I mean, it's okay. I just think that the RP is a little dated, but and you want a full frame and you want to be around the $600 range. How much is the R? Is the R available? Or is that out of your budget? Because at that price point, dude, I would be looking for a used R8. You know what I mean? Like a used R8 shouldn't be too far off from there. At least I don't think. Oh shit, never mind. Yeah, that's like twice the amount of money. Alicia, yes, I do a lot of aviation stuff. Yeah, so you don't need a, I thought you were doing vlogging. Is the EOS R100 not good because it's for beginners? No, it's not good because it's expensive. It's expensive and it has like 0 features. I have one. I have one right here. Where is it? Yeah, I have one right here. I have a Canon R1 right here. Hey, look. R100. This camera fucking sucks, dude. It sucks because it's expensive. It's like $500, and it has no touchscreen, no articulating screen, no 4K, no stabilization, no nothing, dude. And it's still $500. Like, there are so many other better cameras than this camera right here. So yeah, I buy it for 350 euro. Yeah, so that's a waste of 350 euros. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. When I give my recommendations, guys, like when I'm like, you know, when I'm telling you something, it's because I have them. I have them, you know. In my experience, like I've worked with these cameras for like 6 years. I'm not just pulling this shit out of my ass. You know, like I work with these cameras. I'm telling you that the 350 euros is better spent just saving it up. Because here's what's gonna happen, and it's happened so many times, and people have come into the into my chats and stuff, saying specifically like, "Hey, I have the R100 and I want to upgrade." And my first question to them is like, "How long did you have the R100 before you wanted to upgrade?" The lowest guy that the least amount of time that passed, one guy said 2 weeks. He had it, and then he gifted it away to his 12-year-old sister. Because that's what's going to happen. And it's happened several times on many occasions. That's just one example. But everybody that gets the R100 gets it, is all excited about it, realizes, wow, there's a lot better cameras. You just wasted time and money, which are two precious resources. I'm not going to talk you out of spending your money, but I am going to tell you, like, if you're going to buy it used. Buy it used. And then come back in like 4 or 5 months. And, you'll probably at that time, if you come back 4 or 5 months later, you're already going to be wanting an upgrade. And it's my opinion that if you buy a new camera and you want to upgrade because of its limitations of the existing camera that you have, the current camera that you have, if you want to upgrade within the calendar year, you wasted time and money. Like, that camera was a waste. You know, when you buy a camera, you should at least have it be good in your own eyes for at least a year plus, at least. Maybe I will sell it for a photo booth. That might not be a bad option, Fleur. Yeah. Yeah, if you already have it. Yeah, if you already have it, dude. But see, you already want to upgrade. Like, or you want something better because it is super limiting, dude. I can't even use it as a webcam because it doesn't even have a flip out screen, you know? What are your top 2 full frame Canon RF lenses under 600? Under 600? Let's take a look at that's a good question, actually. Here you go. My top 2 lenses for full frame Canon under 600 each? Oh, dude, probably this one. This 45 f1.2. Excuse me. This just came out in December. I bought it. It's really nice, dude. This is like an ideal portrait lens for under 600 bucks. Super cheap. And then next, I would probably do... Ooh, if I can only pick one more, I would do this 35 for video. But if I could pick 2, this 85 is also really nice. And that's under 600 bucks too. If I could only have one full frame lens from Canon under 600, if I could only have one, I would do the 35. This guy right here. Yeah. Fleur, exactly, bro. So now when people come in and ask me more about the R100, I'm going to talk about your story. Because it happens, dude. Yes, I thought it had more options because of the price. No, dude, it's not bad because it's cheap. In my opinion, it's bad because it's expensive. It's an overpriced brick of a camera. And actually, the videos where I have on my TikTok, the videos where I'm kind of like ripping on it a little bit, people aren't understanding that. And I made that intentionally. I made those videos intentionally, a little bit of a rage bait, because I know that people are going to come in defending it that just got it, you know? And if you look at any of my videos on TikTok where I'm talking shit about the R100, it's mostly people that are like, that have had it for like a couple of weeks. Like, oh, you mean to tell me this photo's bad? I'm like, I'm not talking about his photos, dude. I'm talking about you wasting your time and money. Because can you confidently tell me that you don't want to upgrade from that camera after a couple of weeks, couple of months? Considering the crop factor on the R7, what's the best portrait lens? Mike, great question, Mike. I would say, truthfully, man, all of the Sigma lenses for the RF lineup are really good, dude. If you're looking for a nice portrait lens, I would say the 30 or the 56. Either this one right here. This is a really nice one. Or the 56. And these are actually not that expensive, too. They're pretty budget. If you're looking for something more expensive, let me know. Because this 45 at f1.2, granted at f1.2 it is a little soft, but it's pretty great, dude. I haven't tried it on my crop sensor. I might try it at some point. If you're looking for even more, if you have a larger budget, I would go for the 50 f1.2 or the 85 f1.2 if you have the budget. I think I will be waiting to get more cash so I can get a better lens, but hey, I will be waiting for your review. I'm not gonna get the 16 to 300 millimeter lens. Yeah, the 16. Oh wait, is that the new one from Tamron? I forget. There was one that I was thinking about buying. I don't remember if it's that one. But you think it's a better I think for a photo booth, I think it's a good option. But I've never operated a photo booth. A photo booth I don't have to think about, you know? I've never operated a photo booth, so I don't know all the things that you need, you know? Thanks for the info. Sure thing, Mike. Should I get an A7 III or an A7 IV for streaming? A7 IV. Always buy the best camera you can afford. Chill Time. What up, Chill Time? Big Texas. Good morning, Big Texas.
Hello?
You're late, Big Texas. You slept in today? A7 IV, best camera yet? Yes, last time I asked you the same lens, Sigma 60, you said you will buy it. Oh, yeah. I did. I was thinking about buying it. I don't know if it's the Sigma, though. I think it might be Tamron. Yeah, I don't remember. I have a couple of lenses right now. This month, I'm on Rice and Beans, saving up money, Rice and Beans, because I got a couple of cameras and lenses that I'm saving up for. So I do have a couple of things that are in my wish list that I'm saving up for. So this whole month and probably next month, I'm going to be on Rice and Beans. Rice and Beans. Ramen noodles. Like Dave Ramsey likes to say, rice and beans. If you want nice shit, man, you gotta save up for it, dude. That's something that I kind of try to speak on often. Is like when you try to purchase all of these things, the numbers really add up. Like your shopping cart total adds up really, really quick. And like all of the gear that I own, it seems like it's a lot because it is a lot. But I accrued it and amassed this collection and like this stuff over the span of like 6 years. So if you guys are just getting started and you're like, man, I want to do like aviation photography, but a lens is like $3,000. You know, a proper lens that you want might be $3,000. It's like, yeah, well, you got to save up to a year, 2 years, however long it takes and work with what you got until you get there, right? But I'm the kind of guy that likes to visualize goals. So like up on my bathroom mirror where I brush my teeth, like I have pictures of shit that I want, you know? Just trying to visualize it, just trying to make shit happen. Practicing like delayed gratification too. Like you don't need to buy all this shit all at once, man. Yes, it was Sigma, not the Tamron. Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at it though. Can you still do a lot with a 28 to 60 millimeter lens? Yeah, you can do a lot with any lens, man. I heard Tamron are the best ones. Tamron are not the best ones. Rice and beans, man. Rice and beans. I'm on rice and beans this month, probably next month. Watching macro videos, they look pretty dope. Oh yeah, bro. You know what you could do, Big Texas, now that you have that fancy lens? You can do focus stacking. You might like that. You have Lightroom, right? Focus stacking is pretty cool. You'll need a tripod. I think you have a tripod, right? Yeah, look up focus stacking. I think you'd be into that. It depends if you like still life, which I assume that, you know, you could get into it. It's a good skill to have, to be like focus stack, to do focus stacking. It's not super complicated, but I think it's pretty cool photography. Is the Sigma 28 to 70 a good lens? I think so. I've never shot with it. 28 to 70. Is it an f2.8? If it is, then yes. You can focus stack handheld too. I'm sure that you can, but what is it called? Am I not thinking of the same thing, Chester Captures? I'm talking about like taking multiple shots at different focus points and then combining the photos together in post. I've never done it handheld. I don't know if it would really work handheld, really. You'd have to be a human tripod, right? Or am I thinking of something differently? What I'm saying is like you put a camera on a tripod, you have a still life subject, and then you like take pictures of photos at different focal lengths, and then you take the 10, 15 photos and then combine them in post. Is the A7 III still a good affordable camera, or should I get the A7? If you can afford the A7 IV, get the A7 IV. Yeah, that's right. My boss, William Patino, does it handheld all the time. Interesting. I guess maybe if you do I'm thinking like super narrow. Like anytime that I've done it, which has been a couple of times, I've done it at like super shallow, and I've done like 10 photos, so I have to not move. But if you do maybe 2 or 3 photos, maybe you can get away with it. I guess you could if you're quick about it. Yeah, for sure. I guess what I'm talking about is doing it like through the entire subject. You know what I mean? So like taking like 10 photos of the entire thing. YK Oreo, thank you for the follow. What camera does Kai Cenat use? I don't know. He probably uses webcams. For his like desk stuff, they're probably webcams. Yo, we did good on YouTube today, guys. Did I change anything today? I did change the title of my YouTube. I added the word live Q&A. Mostly for yeah, that might be a little different, broski. I'm talking about like macro focus stacking. So like I guess the idea is still kind of the same, right? But like for what's it called? For landscapes, you're talking about a massive depth of field, right? I'm talking about taking a picture of like a watch's hands ticking, or not ticking, but like a watch dial, you know. SP98, thank you for hanging out, broski. Have a great day. I'll see you later on. Navin, what up? What's a good wide angle lens? 16 or 14 millimeters. Could you do a tutorial on multicam streaming? How to set up and use? I think I could, yeah. Yeah, I think I could. It's not that complicated. I just have a capture card going to my PC that has 4 inputs. I'm only using 3. Here's 1 camera. Here's 2 cameras. And then here's the 3rd right here. Oh, actually, I do have 4. I have these cameras right here. This is a... Oops. Hold on. Boom. I have this camera that is controlled by my Stream Deck. This one is actually like an AI camera that like can track me and shit. I don't use it as much as I should, but I think it's still pretty cool. 100% for macro tripod is needed. 99. Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Chester captures. Yeah, so for the landscape ones, yeah, you would do like the foreground, which is like right in front of you, or at least like a couple feet away, and then you would do another photo focus stack of the entire scene right there. So you could probably do 3 photos there and then stitch them together, and you could probably do that handheld. Yeah, I'm talking about like, I don't know, insect or flower or jewelry focus stacking like macro. What's a good setup for you already have it, dude. All you need is a tripod. You need a tripod and get a couple of lights or light it in a nice scenic way. Dude, did I do a macro video? I feel like I did do a macro video like a long time ago. By the way, if you guys are hanging out on TikTok and you didn't know, you guys can find my YouTube channel by going to the first link in my bio. It's right here. You go to beacons. Keep watching where you're watching, but if you're interested in my YouTube channel, you can just go straight to my first link in bio, and I have my link to my YouTube channel right here. And I got a bunch of videos there, but I think, did I do a macro? It must have been a long time ago, dude. I've made so many videos. Maybe not. I remember using a camera 3 years ago. Look at me. Wow, I barely had facial hair. Oh, here we go. I think this photo I did do some macro photography on this subject. Did I? I was using whatever this thing is, this rock. Photos here that I did in my studio with one of my Timex watches and also one of these crystals here. By the way, if you guys know what this crystal might be, let me know down in the comments. I picked it up. I'm so young. I barely have facial hair. Anyways, guys, that's my YouTube channel there. If you guys are curious. Which capture card am I using? I have everything linked in my bio for my Amazon storefront, guys, and you guys can find it in the same place where you found my YouTube channel. I don't know if they make my capture card anymore, but I'm using something that looks like this. Mine goes directly into my PC. Mine was a 4-card capture card though. And I don't know if they sell it. They must sell it, but I don't know if they make it. Let's see, Elgato 4 input capture card. Mine is this one. This is the exact one that I'm using. Elgato Camlink Pro. Do they have it in Amazon? No, see, I don't think they sell it anymore. There might be from some other brands, but that's not what I'm using, right? Yeah, so you can find it on B&H here. And this is this one goes directly into my custom PC though. So you have to have a free PCIe lane. And then this gives me 4 outputs, or inputs, I should say. So I can technically hook up 4 inputs into my PC, which I have 3. I'm using 3 right now. I want to save one because one I can use for a video game system like a PlayStation. Do I need a 2.5 macro magnification? Fuck no, dude. You have a macro lens, bro. You have one of the best macro lenses of all time. Just, bro, Texas, like when you get off stream later or when you have an opportunity, do this. Just do it later. Do you have Lightroom, Big Texas? Tell Mr. Big Texas we miss him on YouTube. Yeah, Mr. Big Texas abandoned us on YouTube. He Big Texas, you started following what, like, or started tagging along back in November when I first started editing live. Oh no, what was I doing? Rating people's portfolios, right? Yeah, back in the day. But you didn't really hang out with those. Those were some long ass streams. When I start streaming, should I stream on YouTube or Twitch with the do both, bro. Multi-stream if you can. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch once I get YouTube up and running. I'll be switching. I won't be switching. I'll be adding Twitch. So right now I'm streaming to TikTok and YouTube, and then I'm gonna be adding Twitch and Kick later on, one at a time. Thank you. Is it 4K? Right now I'm streaming in 1080p. I do got Lightroom. Yeah, so all you need, bro, is bust out your tripod, bust out that lens, and take a photo of some still life object. It could be literally anything, like a piece of your wife's jewelry, and then just like photo stack it. So like put it in manual focus. Watch some YouTube videos like photo stacking, macro photo stacking, like YouTube that, right? And put it in manual focus, and then put the what is it called, the what is that shit called, the red highlight on your camera so that you can see where the focus is at. And then when you rotate the focus ring, you'll see the red kind of go through the 3D object, and then take a photo at each like incremental step, you know, boom boom boom, as you're like focusing through the subject. I don't like the rating lives. Big Tech, those were a little crazy, right? Those were a little, I didn't like them either. Not on TikTok. I didn't like them as much because they were a little fast. They were a little fast. The editing, I did like the editing. I spent a lot of time editing live, and those were cool too. Should I get the FX3 for IRL streaming? If you can afford it, hell yeah, dude. It's hard to focus. It's trying to focus on a million things at the same. It was. Any thoughts on the Voigtlander Nocton lens? Somebody brought that up the other day. I don't know shit about Voigtlander. It sounds super German though. I like the editing lives. Yeah, I might bring those back, the editing lives. When I do the street photos, I'm gonna be doing my own editing lives. Yeah, I'll bring those back. But right now in Philly, bro, it's like we're facing like a cold front, and like it got cold. It was like really nice for like a day. If I wanted to make a stream intro, how can I do it? I made a stream the other day just using Canva. I just made it in like 5 seconds. Wasn't 5 seconds actually, but yeah, I made a streaming intro. Here it is. Actually, my streaming intro looks like this. And I made this using Canva. So stream starting soon. And then I made an exit one that is just the same thing, except it's thanks for watching. But I just made it using Canva. Pretty simple. I used the template, changed the text, and what cam and lens are you using? Sean, on the TikTok, I am using a Canon R10. Big Texas, hey, Big Texas is back. Big Texas is back. What's up, broski? Good to see you. Hey, Big Tex, do me a solid, bro. Give me a like on YouTube, man. I don't get a lot of likes over here, man. I don't get a lot of likes on YouTube land. I appreciate you stopping by for a second. Chester's like, I'm finally not alone. I told you guys why I share the text on TikTok, or I'm sorry, on YouTube, is because on YouTube, there's not a lot of comments over there, even though there's people hanging out, but there's not a lot of interaction. So I added the overlay of the text from YouTube and TikTok combined chat over to YouTube so that YouTube can see, oh, hey, there's people actually asking questions and shit, you know? I didn't do it for reverse to TikTok because I think that'd be a lot of text on screen. Hey man, bought my first camera bag. It's from KNF. Nice. What'd you get, Skurani? If I wanted to make a stream trailer like Kai, how can I do it? I don't know, dude. I don't know what Kai does. But I would probably just make it in an editing software. Paulie, I'm a Sony A7 IV user. Good for you, Paulie. Good for you, sir. You did it. What's the best lens? At least 60mm to around 50 to 70 that isn't over 1K. Sony mount. I don't know, dude. I don't think there is one. Is it full frame? Yeah, I don't think one exists, dude. At least not that I know of. Which lenses are you looking at? Did you try Snapseed? I did not, Trev. I've been working. I do work a full-time job, by the way. It is in content creation, but I haven't been editing. I haven't been experimenting. I might, if I do it, I'll do it over a weekend. Video quality wise, is there much of a difference between FX3 and the new Alpha 5? Video wise, yes. The FX3 is going to be is better video for sure. I don't think a normal person would be able to tell though, really. And it has a lot to do with your lens options as well and how good you are at making video. Like, can a professional videographer make the Alpha 7, the A7 IV video look as good as an FX3 video? Yes. Yes, they can. Hey, I have a Sony 67 with a Tamron 17 to 70 lens. Is that a good setup for YouTube talking head? Yes, it is. 17 might be a little too tight depending on how far away you are from the camera, Huracan. But it's definitely good. You'll have to put it a little bit further away. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube lives. I don't know how to. What is there to figure out? Like how to interact with stuff? You can't touch the screen. It's the Urban Wander 01. Okay. Oh, the bag. Cool. I just got a bag company just reached out to me. They're sending me a bag. It's from Brevity. Pretty excited to try their stuff. Huracan C50 or FX3? Let's see if you have a clue. I own the C50 and I probably wouldn't buy an FX3 in 2026. But between those two cameras, I would choose the C50 because I did. I did. The FX3 probably has a new model coming out. So I wouldn't be buying the FX3 in 2026 just because, not that it's a bad camera or anything like that, but yeah, I have a C50, so it's right here. Actually, I was using it this past weekend. Yeah, I used it on Monday or Sunday, I think, to make a little video. I haven't edited it yet though. The FX3 is bad. There are no arguments for it. The FX3 is bad? No way. The FX3 is good, bro. Yeah, the FX3 is nice, dude. I think you just might be saying some hot takes just for fun. If the Tamron 17 to 70 is too tight, which lens would you recommend for YouTube talking head? I would try out the Tamron 17 to 70 to see, because everybody's setup is a little different. So I'm not saying that the 17 is too tight. I'm saying it depends on how much space you have in your recording space. You know what I mean? You might be just fine. Hi from YouTube. Big Texas is back. He didn't like it over. He's like, YouTube is lonely over here. Don't tell me how many zeros you took off that number. I'm a newish and I opted for the Lumix S5. What's your opinion in manual focus? I'm a manual focus guy anyways. I don't know much about the original Lumix S5. But if you're happy with it, bro, use it, man. Yeah, I would use it. MXV frames, it looks like you have a pretty strong opinion on the FX3, broski, and that's totally fine, man. I still think it's pretty solid. It's a good choice for, it's a very popular camera, and it sells a shit ton. But I would choose the C50 regardless. So I don't know how to tag or anything on YouTube. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. I think you just click on the person's... I don't know either, dude. I've never tagged anybody. Wait, what was the Lumix question? The Lumix question is... it just went up. Let me see if I can find it. He said... I'm newish and I opted for the Lumix S5 II. Shit, this chat is coming in fast. Sorry, guys. Did I miss it already? I'm new-ish and I opted for the Lumix S5. What's your opinion? I'm a manual focus guy anyways. That's from Omega over on TikTok. Huracan, I really don't have that much space, which is why I'm asking that question. What camera did you have? The 67, right? Yeah, if you don't have a lot of space, that's the issue. But I would still try the 17 because you might be fine. But if you don't have a lot of space, I recommend this guy, the 10 to 18. This is a crop sensor lens that is available for the E-mount. Actually, I have it right here. That's this lens right here. This is a 10 to 18. I think this right here is like a really nice talking head vlogging setup, because at 10 millimeters, you have like a super wide field of view, and then you can still have the option of everything in between 10 and 18. But 18 is good for like, it's a good look for a vlog. You know, if you set it up somewhere, it's a really nice, this is a really nice lens, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a consumer camera, but not for actual professional sets. Maybe. I mean, on professional sets, I don't think, if you're on a different level, most of the people that are in here, MXV frames aren't on professional sets. We're just consumers, prosumers. So the FX3 is really in line. If you're looking for more production cameras, even the C50, I would argue, is probably more of a B cam. You know, for professional production sets, you want like FX6s, FX9s, C70, C80, C400s, you know, stuff like that. But most of the people that are in here are just, including myself, we're just consumers, prosumers, content creators that make social media content, talking head videos. So we're not on production sets, right? And I don't think anybody was arguing that the FX3 is a production camera, full production. I think you're arguing that, or you are often in rooms where people are defending it fiercely. Like in here, we're just chill, bro. We're not here to fight with you. Can I use a Sony 15mm f1.4 with my FX30 for a two-person interview? Depends on the distance. 15 millimeters is wide though, for sure. It depends on the size of the room and the distance of the camera. If you need something wider, they do have the 12 millimeter. The 12 millimeter Sigma. This one's crazy wide. I bought this lens a little bit ago. Oh, here you go. Look, I bought this lens in November. I use it in my other setup. I like it. I like that it's f1.4. You work today? Oh shit, yeah, I do work today. I gotta bounce here in a little bit. Yeah, actually I'm gonna head out here. All right, y'all. For those of you guys that are hanging out in YouTube, God bless you. If you haven't followed already or subscribed on YouTube, please consider doing so. TikTok, it's always a pleasure. God bless you. If you haven't followed over on TikTok, now is your opportunity to do so. Everybody that hung out, Big Texas, Chester Captures, God bless you guys. Adios. That music sounds nice.